Okay, kind of cool because I didn't think I had one of the newer style grills, but I do. So I can show you if you just watched my video on the early style 97 to 02, and I'll double check that. I think it's 02, and I might be completely wrong with that. So look at the ad if you're, or the title in the YouTube versus what I'm saying in this video as far as the years are concerned. But everything else is going to be what I say. So 9706 compatibility, meaning you can take this, you can bolt it on to any TJ 9706. However, if you have a very early model TJ, again, I'll clarify the years later, in order to use this grill without having to do any kind of modifications, you need to use the same hood from this era. So being that if that's 03 to 06 or 2006 or whatever, and again, I'll clarify that. And I'll tell you why. Other than that, everything will bolt up, the sides, the fender bolts, the radiator mount support, everything like that will bolt up. Everything you see is what you get. This is in really good shape. There's no accidents, there's no bends, there's no dents, anything like that. There's a couple scrapes on it. It's a green color. It's like the kind of a foresty green. The buckets are included. The headlights included. I can't guarantee those will work when they arrive, although they did when I pulled it. And they should. There shouldn't be a problem with that. Jeeps do bang around a lot, so it shouldn't damage them being in the box, being they'll be going down conveyor belts and everything through UPS or FedEx. But nonetheless, I didn't wash it. It's got a little, when the rain kind of rained on it, splashed up on it. This is just dirt. There's no rust on this thing anywhere. And then they've painted these bezels. These are normally chrome bezels. You can see where the paint's kind of flaked off there. You can get that. You can take some paint thinner and wipe that off if you wanted to go back to that chrome, or just paint them again black, or leave them alone, or whatever you want to do. So let me flip it around and I'm going to show you kind of what I was talking about. If you haven't watched the other video I put up on a TJ grill, I would probably recommend it if you're looking more for information to do. So again, nice clean shape. This is a really clean grill, probably the cleanest one I've ever had, as far as just you know, paint's in good shape. A couple nicks here and there, but nothing you know, no rust, nothing like that. Super straight. Okay, so going up to the top now. If you watch the other video, you'll notice there's no hood latch here, and I did describe how this is the exact same slant here down to the metal and up, and then there'd be a hole cut open on the other one. Real quick, let me walk over to that other one and show you what I mean, so you understand and get an idea. Okay, see this guy? I'm just going to show real quick. That is from a early model TJ grill. That's the same. That over there was the same they used on YJs actually. Then they went to this design, and this has got it where the hood hook is attached to the actual hood. If you have this will bolt right into it. If you have the other style, that will bolt right into it. If you want to use this in the other style, you have to do some modifications here in order to change around your latch system, and vice versa. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna touch on that. You can look on forums and see. There's tons of information out there. The bolt there is not broken like they do sometimes on the bottom. It's in good shape. That's ready to bolt on. And just for a plug for my company, this is not the only part I have. I have every single part it would take to rebuild a Wrangler from the ground up. We do run out of parts, but we do get them in. So if I don't have them right now, I usually have a time frame for you. Right now, the hardest thing to get in is a hardtop for a TJ, but I do have a couple YJ hardtops. So you can see my shelving units here. Let me give you a little background. 5 years is how long I've been here, Wheat Ridge, Colorado, just west of downtown Denver. Great thing about Colorado is we have rust-free parts here. If you're in the Midwest or in the East Coast, you know about rust. We out here are kind of ignorant towards rust because we don't see it very often. It does exist occasionally, but not very often, and that's an awesome thing. So to buy parts out of Colorado is kind of the sweet spot, the mecca of parts, because this is kind of the Jeep capital as far as there's more Jeeps per square mile in Colorado than there are anywhere else in the world. So there's a ton of Jeeps out here. Unfortunately, because of that, there's a lack there of parts. And I know my competitors on the East Coast in Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, and those guys sell parts for probably a little bit cheaper than I do, although I try to be the most competitive price as well. But I've looked at parts that they sell, and not to throw them under the bus per se, but my parts are cleaner. As simple as that. That's not because of necessarily who I am, although I do enjoy selling cleaner parts. It's more because I have cleaner parts at my disposal, and they do not. So I bought a Jeeps out of the West or the East Coast before to part out, and I've stopped doing it because they're junk, literally. So coming inside real quick, get another little plug here. Basically, I set the shop up so I could bring in a Jeep, although I was mainly doing parts, and I am in the process of moving. I'll tell you that in a second. I'll bring a Jeep in, and I could build it from the frame all the way up with every single part I have in these bins. These bins are broken down into, you know, we got mirrors, we got hinges, bolts, we have buckets, we got, you name it, we got it in here. So now I'm pretty much all parts and I don't restore anything. These parts are all available for you. There's 3,000-ish something, some change parts to build a YJ and a TJ each. So it does take some time to get all the parts up. If you don't see them listed, don't worry, just give me a call. I probably have it, or I can tell you when I can get it. All right, so the most exciting thing happened about 2 weeks ago. I was able to get some money together and purchase Jeeps Unlimited, who were going out of business. Now, Jeeps Unlimited was the largest parts yard in the U.S., and still to my knowledge is, now that being my yard. Awesome, 3 acres of Jeep parts. I was only doing Wranglers before, 87, 06. Now I have Wranglers all the way to current models. And best of all, I have Jeeps dating back to the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, etc., etc. We do Grand Cherokees, Liberties, JK, obviously just said that, J10s, Wagoneers. We have some really rare parts in the CJ5, CJ7s. We have some Dana 44s. Now, I know a lot of you guys have been asking me for that stuff for years. I have it. I'm starting to list it. It will sell as quick as we list it. The beginning of me getting everything online is the best time to get parts. If you think you want to wait and a part you've been looking for in a while, don't, because they will not last. A lot of these parts I'll be able to continue to get in, and others I will not. So Jeeps Unlimited is now Highline 4x4. We'll continue with both names. I have the phone numbers now. I have the website. I'm working on getting a website up so you can save some money there. Obviously, going around eBay is going to save you money. It saves me money, so I pass that savings on to you. Always call me directly if you want to, and if you want to just do it through that, that's fine too. Other than that, my number is 720-987-8772. I can almost guarantee that if you try to call me or have in the past, you've probably gotten my voicemail or even my voicemail box being filled. And that's just the goes with the business. I funnel a lot of calls a day. It fills up quickly. I try to return them when I can. The best way you can get a hold of me is 2 ways. Text me, 720-987-8772, or email me, and that's also a very quick response within a day. Jeremy, Jeremy, at Highline, HIGHLINE, 4x4.com. The number 4, letter X, number 4.com. Okay? Thanks for watching. Appreciate your patience, and let me know if I can help you with anything else.